Ray Charles kept telling me, you know, you need to sing the blues. Don't nobody expect you to sing the blues. Now you need to sing the blues.
Mm-hmm.
So that's when I got interested in, and I started listening to him because when I got the gig with him, I was a real kid. I didn't know what he did, and you know,
Mm-hmm.
I knew all those other tunes, but I didn't know Ray Charles stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So I had to go back and get it. But it's a great study because you learn so much. The stories are wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they do. The blues tells a story.
Yeah.
And I think that what's happening now is there's such a big audience for everything in the world
Mm-hmm.
that anything that promotes the blues helps people who might really hear that and might want to have that in their collection
Yeah.
kind of go and find all these wonderful blues players. And Sammy has, he was mentored by Jimi Hendrix.
Mm-hmm.
He was mentored by all sorts of amazing blues legends, Muddy Water.
Yeah.
He was mentored by Howlin' Wolf. I mean, these are
Mm-hmm.
people that he knew.
Mm-hmm.
So talking to him is just amazing. He can sit down and actually play a Robert Johnson too. Most people don't know who Robert Johnson was,
Yeah.
but hopefully, you know, that's what Georgia Legacy, what the
Mm-hmm.
foundation is about,
Okay.
is to make that possible. And he and my friend Neil Hamilton, who is the artist that did
Yes.
this, Ray Charles,
Mr.
is
Neil
All right,
Hamilton.
Neil.
Neil Hamilton.
Yeah. Yeah.
NeilHamilton.com. If you
Yeah.
want to see the rest of his work, his studying.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're working on another project that hopefully will bring more blues, bring
Mm-hmm.
more awareness because something happens when people hear it.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes they go like, "Wow, you
Yeah.
mean that is what they're really saying?" And then maybe you have to reach a. I'm always thinking maybe I had to get mature enough to have some misery behind me to understand that
Uh-huh.
because when I was very young, you
Mm-hmm.
know, all I knew was boogie
Mm-hmm.
and jazz. You know, I always loved the instrumental things. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Did did you grow up in a household where there was a lot of music?
Whew, did I?
Okay.
Between the CDs playing and my dad singing, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it was music everywhere. It really was.
Mm-hmm.
From Slick Rick to M. Tume to my type of stuff. Back in the day, I used to love Britney Spears and I
Mm-hmm.
used to love Chris Brown. Those are my favorite artists. But yeah, it's always been a musical background with my dad. He actually used to DJ
Okay.
back in the
Okay.
day, so it was
Mm-hmm.
always music playing. That
Okay.
that was
Okay.
our thing. That was really like our bond was music. It really was. It was a connection we had. Music can
Yeah.
always speak for you better than you can yourself sometimes.
So, did
So
you have any? Had you ever heard of the blues?
I really wasn't a blues. I was more of
had you
I
ever
say
heard of
old
it?
school hip
Okay.
hop. But my
Okay.
grandma used to sing back
Oh.
in the day, and I
Okay.
heard some of her songs, and she would sing. You know, her and my aunt would do the acapella at Christmas every year
Mm-hmm.
with snapping, and I
Yeah.
would get into that because my grandma, you're in awe. Like grandma has this beautiful voice, and I
Mm-hmm.
heard you did this and that. But I was more of the old school rap and R&B. That's always been my type of thing. But it's
Mm-hmm.
just always about what you're brought up in
Yeah.
is what you end up liking. To be
Well,
honest with you.
the reason I asked that is because having getting connected to these legends, Mr. Blue and Miss Graham, I'm realizing that the blues somehow lost its connection to our community, which is where it came from. It originated, and but then at the same time, you said you really didn't connect to it till later on.
Well, I didn't hear it, and that's the problem. You
Mm-hmm.
got to hear it.
Yeah.
You have to hear it. If you don't get where it is,
Mm-hmm.
you don't even know it's there.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You
Yeah.
know, you've got to hear it. And after being with RC and watching him just tear the place up
Mm-hmm.
with those, not just the blues things, but then he'd turn around and do the American Songbook, some of the most luscious recordings in the world is stuck back
Mm-hmm.
on his albums that you
Mm-hmm.
never hear. You don't hear them.
Hmm.
But if you study, and a lot of people,
Mm-hmm.
fortunately, around the world
Mm-hmm.
study,
Yeah.
and they listen. And I went to Russia. I did a jazz festival in Moscow,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to do what they called master classes in several schools. I did
Mm-hmm.
schools during the daytime, and concerts at night.
Mm-hmm.
And I went into these schools, and I was amazed because you go into a Russian school, and there are pictures of Ray Charles, Oscar Peterson, Duke Ellington,
Mm-hmm.
and right up there with Paderewski, Rachmaninoff, because they are considered serious. It's considered serious music.
Mhm.
And here in the United States, everything that's got to be brand new, otherwise, it's no good. We'll just throw that out, or that's
They
excuse
go with the,
Yeah,
the
excuse-
flow. It's
yeah,
not
excuse me, but
The flow of the
it's
moment.
loyalty to the music.
it's old
Mhm.
and it's gone, and
Hmm.
and so there's no reason for it. But as
So we're quick to dismiss our legacy, aren't we?
I don't want to say that,
Okay.
but I do think that it's
Mhm.
important that we listen to the music that's gone before, especially if you're going to write.
Mhm.
If you're going to write, if you sit down and go back 30, 40, 50 years, you're going to hear some stuff. You're going to like, wow. And that gives you more equipment to write from. Because if you write off of what they're all talking about today, you're like, pretty soon you ain't got much to talk about.
Right. You don't
You know.
pan out.
Exactly. But there's so much that went before and so much marvelous and wonderful music that if you do a little studying, you'll be so strong. And that's what Alicia Keys and NDRE
Mhm.
obviously have done.
Now, speaking this Russia experience, that didn't just pass by me. I heard you say it. What were you doing in Russia?
I was doing a jazz concert series
Okay.
for Arts International, the
Mhm.
United States government. You have to be invited by the Russians.
Oh wow.
Mm.
Yeah, and they will. Then what they do is that the United States and Russia they split the cost. So I stayed at the
Mhm.
fabulous Hilton Hotel.
Okay.
It wasn't a Hilton. Wait a minute. What was it? Statler Hotel. It was an old-fashioned hotel. I can't remember
Holiday
what
Inn?
it was. It was one of those old hotels.
Wasn't Holiday Inn?
No.
No.
This is
You know,
No,
that's
this
pretty
is-
old fashioned, isn't it?
no, it wasn't like the Holiday Inn. It was,
All right.
I forget the name of it. But anyway, so the beauty of it was that I was completely a guest of the United States Embassy.
Embassy, yeah.
So
Okay.
I did a
Wow.
concert with Boris Tevlin and the Moscow Conservatory Choir,
Okay.
and they were doing spirituals. They did
Mhm.
Go Down Moses and another spiritual one I just love, Swing Low, Sweet Chariot.
Okay.
Just gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. So they like our music a lot better than we do.
Guys, am I wrong or do I hear another book in the right making here? You know, the entire legendary journey. Wow. You know, yeah. We want to bring a little bit more energy into the occasion. We want to ask Miss Chameleon. One of the things about Legendary Journey, I'll say, is that I love the idea of bringing a legend on the same stage with an up-and-coming artist. Reason being is because just like sitting here tonight, Miss Graham can tell her story of her experience, and Chameleon can possibly learn something from her history that she might not have to go through the same thing. And it's really about bringing respect back into the industry. You know, music is the first line of communication that a society and a community has. If we can bring a certain level of respect back into our music, it's a possibility that it might culminate over into our society with the rest, with everybody else, maybe even Washington. You know, we have to pray for that one. But that's the purpose of the Legendary Journey series, is to just culminate a level of respect. And I really appreciate these ladies being here. And I know Chameleon has the ability. She told us now. She's going to have to show me, but she says she has the ability to rock the house and she don't need no music.
Oh, I don't. I'm gonna do something a little different. I would perform my single, but I want to do something different with some more meaningful lyrics. That's what I want to do tonight. Give
Okay.
y'all a little something different.
Chameleon!
I go by the name of Chameleon. You can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and my YouTube channel. Also, my website, www.KHAMILYON with 2 N's. And y'all can call me Cam for short. Chameleon B's the name, adaptability is my thing. Outsiders judge me but don't really know the name. I hear a lot of things, but I ain't worried about change because being adaptable and transforming are definitely not the same. Don't confuse the smile with looks because they do deceive. Look closer to my eyes, they scream out that I grieve. People assume I got the picture perfect life. They only see the cover, never the whole story. They lying on my life, go ahead, tell them, Maury. It's quite funny how I only know the truth. Listen real closely as I share a bit with you. At the age of 10, my life, it took a spin. I had to grow up, take the bullet, and then throw up, my heart pacing, my mind racing. My father's death, I was facing. I closed my eyes, tried to stop the rivers from flowing down. Closed my ears that way I couldn't even scream a sound. Closed my mouth the way the violent painful scream stopped. I couldn't stand it, my body it just dropped. I was laying on the ground weeping and mourning, but my father's soul, it was soaring high to a new place that he called his own. And I'ma keep on pushing till the day that I'm gone. That's just a brief look on my life. I'm not here to get sympathy or even to be liked. I'm here to show the world a fresh new talent. A broad who's not afraid to be clawed. Been through a couple struggles, but they make me grind hard. Got negative vibes, and please don't bother. Ain't worried about what you do. If you ain't rocking with TPM, then I don't know what you're doing. Amplify is not needed, I'm already booming. Studio time booked, so you know I'm brewing. Let nothing bring my dreams to a halt. Spit fire on the mic, turning competition to basalt. Hustle, grind. Hustle, grind. Cam don't really got lots of time. I'm focused in like the lens on the camera. I'm new on the block, but I bet you can't handle it. Originality is what I bring. A unique combo like basketball and Yao Ming. You may have doubted us, but yet we conquered. It only makes us strive a little harder. I just want to prosper. I sound cocky, but yet I'm very humble. Contradiction, yeah, it was your mind I fumble. Cause now I got you thinking about the last thing I said. Cam's out, no repetition needed. Yeah! Thank you, thank you, thank you.
All right, the Cam's in the house.
Thank you.
The CD case. I had a special CD we were going to play, guys, and I take responsibility. The CD is not in there, but it was a CD of the Georgia Music Review, so we're going to have to use it another night. But I have another CD that's going to be a very nice blues song when we do get ready to close out. But I want to say thank you to Cam for such a nice and powerful performance.
You.
You know? Yeah. When an artist can get up and either go a cappella or and do it without music, whatever it is they do, I just find that very powerful. Because it's like it's coming from the heart. In the music industry, it seems like everybody's sounding the same nowadays. And just like you say, there's something that has to kind of distinguish you from everyone else. What do you feel distinguished you in your career?
Well, when I came along, what mattered then was vocal quality.
Okay.
Being able to sing in tune, studying, just having a vocal quality that was unlike anybody else's.
Okay.
And I think that's what kept me going, was because I didn't sound like anybody else.
So you didn't really emulate any, you didn't have any sheroes that you emulated?
Oh, I loved them all. I loved them all. But my voice didn't sound like anybody else's. I didn't sound like Diana Ross or Gladys. And, I didn't sound like Sarah Vaughan or Ella Fitzgerald or any of those people. So I just sang what I sang. And I think the validation so early in my life that he offered me, that was the carrot that kind of stuck, like in front of my nose. It kept me going. You know how they used to put, in Mexico, they put a carrot on the end of a stick and hang it in front of a donkey. They keep it moving, So I think that was what did it, because every place I went after that, I started working with a big band from the 40s, and these people were all in their 70s, some in their 80s when I started working with the Harry James Orchestra. And I would tell people, I worked with Harry James. Nobody believed me. But there are 2 cuts now on YouTube, me with Harry James when I started.
What is some of your most memorable moments in your career of travel? How many countries did you hit in your?
I was about to ask, what's the place you've been? Because I heard Russia, Paris,
14 countries. Now we're to 14 countries.
Awesome.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah.
But I worked all the time. I didn't get a chance to do anything.
Oh.
You know, you get one day off, and you run around, as much as I can to
Mhm.
get myself together and make sure, my zippers are fixed and, that my heels aren't run over. And then there's little tiny bit of sightseeing. The rest was just work and rehearsal.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Out of all those 14 countries, which one was your favorite?
That's hard to say. I
know,
spent
I
a
know,
lot of
yeah.
time. Spent a lot of time in Japan, Okinawa, Taiwan. Spent a lot of time in an amazing amount of time in Japan. I guess
Mhm.
Canada. I think
Mhm.
the whole thing is about how comfortable I am with the work and the people that I work with. And
Mhm.
so many people were so sweet. If I had to go back to any of them again,
Mhm.
Manila was the only one I didn't feel comfortable in. But after I had that past life
Mhm.
uh, experience, then
Mhm.
maybe that was why I wasn't so happy in Manila.
Yeah, the book Karma Rising, which is available on Amazon and YouTube,
Kindle.
And Kindle
Kindle,
and good.
Amazon and Kindle. Um,
And Author House too, the publisher,
Mhm.
authorhouse.com.
my producer's trying to give me a signal. I'm sorry, guys. Uh,
9-1 or 9-2
number 9. Yeah,
on side 1 or 2.
1. Yeah. Okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
This is internet TV. Okay, anything can happen. All right. All right. But in Karma Rising, which is available on Amazon and Kindle
And Author House.
and Author House,
.com. That's the publisher.
the publisher.
Mhm.
Okay. It's a murder mystery.
Yes. Yes.
Murder mystery.
Yes.
How did a murder mystery come out of this
I don't
beautiful
know.
mind?
Thank you. I love murder mysteries.
Okay.
I was always a voracious reader, so I read
Mhm.
Agatha Christie, and I
Mhm.
mean, I had my favorite detectives and all that,
Mhm.
and I love that stuff. So I thought, well, if I want to say something and I really want to say it,
Mhm.
how would I say it? And I'll say it in my favorite genre, which is a suspense murder mystery.
Okay, okay. And I believe in that mystery is taking place in Starcross. Is that right?
Yeah, Starcross, Georgia is it's a mythical suburb of Atlanta,
Mhm.
and it's built around a restored theater.
Yeah.
That was the model for that was the Morton Theater in Athens that an African American built just at the turn of the century. The
Mhm.
600-seater that they just in the last maybe 10 years they renovated it. So I said, oh, I'll have a theater that is newly renovated. And then since I got the theater,
Mhm.
might as well have an antebellum mansion, one of those big, Gone with the Wind kind of, with the big columns and all that.
Yeah.
So I threw that in Starcross too.
Okay.
And then I built it around a subdivision of luxurious homes and a restaurant and riding stables and things like that.
There's another city that comes to mind every time I saw that word Starcross. That was another city that immediately came to mind, but I'm not going to mention that city.
Mhm.
And
No,
I
it's
guess
not-
I guess
no.
there's a reason for that.
No, there's
you
no
know.
Norcross, Waycross.
Yeah, there's that Norcross.
Yeah, and Waycross.
That's what immediately came to mind. You
Yeah.
know. So did that have any influence over the thinking in
Oh, sure,
that regard?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because
All right.
we had some
Mhm.
stuff across here in Georgia, so
Yeah.
I said, well, I'll do it like that.
Okay. So a murder mystery in Starcross is available on Amazon, Kindle, and Arthur House Publishing
Right.
by the legendary Miss Rita Graham. You guys go get this book. Now have you started your book yet, young
I
lady?
have not started the book, but I'm sure I will be doing something to keep y'all up to date with what I got going on.
Awesome.
So,
Yeah.
Like I said,
Speaking
follow
of
me Instagram,
yeah.
Twitter, Facebook, and my website, chameleon.com.
Now speaking of what you got going on, I think you have a tour coming up. Is that right?
I don't know if it's going to be a tour yet, but
Mhm.
I'm really excited. I found out that I will be performing with Rich Kids and Jacquees and FYB Boys, and these are some of the biggest artists I've ever performed with, so I'm so excited. I hope I can be able to perform instead of y'all smiling trying to meet them.
Okay,
But
okay.
y'all make sure y'all come out. It's gonna be at the Masquerade. You can get your tickets at Ticketmaster or through Hollywood, which is Hollywood Promotions, or through my manager. And they're $15 in advance and 20 at the door. And the Masquerade is in Atlanta off North Avenue. So doors open at 7 and we partying until 1 o'clock.
Awesome.
So
What, did you say 1 o'clock?
yeah.
That's not past your bedtime?
Oh no.
Okay.
We don't have bedtime no more. We got to work and
Oh,
party.
she's out of school now. No
Yes.
bedtime. Wow. Yeah.
Yes, no more finals. Thank you, Jesus.
Now, real quick, are
Okay.
you going to be going to college?
Yes, Kennesaw State University, Owl Nation.
Okay. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes, I got accepted.
Awesome.
I'm really excited. I plan to major in communications because I just
Okay.
don't have a backup plan. You never know what's going to happen in the music industry. So somebody's going to hear me, whether it's through rapping, through talking, TV, radio. Y'all going to see this face, so get used to it because I ain't
What?
going nowhere.
My goodness.
Okay.
Look out for
So-
Chameleon, guys. I
Yes.
heard something about her talking about a talk show, and I think she's ready.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll see what's coming up. I
Yeah.
got a lot of stuff under my sleeve, you know, so I'm really
Cool.
excited.
Yeah.
Really excited.
Well, I hope this was very enlightening to you as a young artist coming up to be in the same company in conversation with a
Yes.
legend as Miss Rita Graham. And we really appreciate Miss Rita joining us. What do you have going other than making movies all over the place, you know?
We are kings. That's my biggest.
We are
thrill.
kings.
We are kings.
Watch out for We Are
We
Kings.
are kings. But I'm also trying to reach someone meaningful with Karma Rising because I know what kind of film it's going to be an incredible
Oh,
movie.
yeah.
I know it will.
Yeah.
It'll be a
yeah,
costume drama
Yeah.
because when they go back in time, they go back to the 19th century. So the blended some to the ball gowns and the Confederate and the Union uniforms and all of that when they go back to the 19th century.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Karma Rising by Miss Rita Graham. It's available on Amazon, Kindle, and authorhouse.com.
Right. And
Karma Rising. Where?
And Nook and BarnesandNoble.com, and it's available at all
It's
booksellers.
it's an international seller.
I hope it is.
We're calling that, you know. And look out for We're Kings. You might even see a cameo of yours truly, possibly.
Oh
Possibly.
yeah, that's right. That's right. Yeah, that's right. Gary.
Yeah.
Everybody, Gary Wilcher is in the bar scene
Yeah.
because my husband, Sammy Blue, who
Mhm.
plays I.B. King, and I'm his wife,
Mhm.
Lily King. We own a juke joint called the Blues Bucket, and we had a bar scene featuring
Yours truly.
And-
And my producer
and
and
Miss
assistant
Andrea- Miss
Andrea Garnes.
Andrea.
She was there too.
Andrea was there.
I don't want to get beat up after the show. But we really thank you guys for coming, you know, and I wish you both so much luck in everything you're going forward. Now, where do you appear? Do you still perform?
Oh, of course. I work with several bands here in Atlanta. The next thing that I'm doing, one of our news people here in Atlanta has a daughter who's getting married, and I'm doing that in I think that's coming up in September.
Okay.
And I've got another big band thing. We're doing the downtown city of Jasper I'm doing that with a 17-piece band.
Awesome.
I've been working with this band about 11 years now, and I work with JB's Big Band Express too.
Great.
That is another 17-piece band.
Okay. Great. Great.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we want to thank you guys for joining the Man Cave tonight. Stay tuned. We're going to be coming back real soon with another dynamite show with incredible guests. And again, we want to thank these two ladies for joining us tonight. And we're going to be closing this thing out with one of the most phenomenal blues men in the local area, one of Mr. Sammy Blues' song. I hope Sammy's watching this
Oh,
tonight.
wait a minute. We've got the 24th at Northside Tavern. 24th at Northside Tavern.
The
With
24th of this month, May 24th,
Northside
Northside Tavern.
I forgot to
Sammy
say it.
Blue and Rita
And
Rita Graham is
Right.
going to be there performing. Northside
Oh, I
Tavern in
forgot.
downtown
Oh, my
Atlanta.
God.
The 24th.